We begin today at Neponset Park. This place has a really interesting story about a author who went mad. Coming here for a bit of reprieve, he ended up taking his rifle over to Quincy Quarries to deal with a foreman that he fell out with. If we have a little read of the parking sign, we can see the only visitor log was a sea dadder. Now, if we continue on, this place consists of two ranger cabins, although in this case they're just park cabins. One's completely open, featuring a nest. The other one has a marlark and a marlark king. Bringing back the water, you can see that this place is quite quaint. There's an advanced lock door. There is a key that you can find for this, not that far away, and I'll show you it later in the episode. But first, let's crack it open here. You'll be greeted by a steamer trunk full of goodies and a personal terminal with some cigarettes. Seems someone was busy. Having a read here, this belonged to Charles Dadder. And if we have a read here from October 2077, we can get a bit of an insight into this author. My argument with Carol delayed my arrival, but I got a pretty good view of the sunset from the road. Getting the generator and lamps going in the dark was a real pain. I guess city life has made me soft. Ha! Don't remember my old man ever having to set up in pitch black, but then again, I can't recall my mum ever delaying the trip ever. But what are you gonna do, huh? First year in the cabin alone, the silence is just what I need. This kind of solidarity should leave me free to work on the novel that's been kicking around in my head all these years. Going to grab some shut-eye and then I'll start in the morning. The next day. Rose earlier than expected to the sounds of construction work. It seems they've begun work on a rock quarry up the road since coming here last year. No matter, just a bump in the road. I can work through it. I'm sure Steinbeck and Hemingway didn't work in total silence. Surely I can work this into the narrative somehow. Give the main character an edge. Yeah, that's the ticket. God damn it. What kind of sweatshop are they running over there? They work into the late hours of the night. I can't escape their constant hammering and digging. When I get back to the city, I'm going to lodge a formal complaint. There's no way those are union hours. I can hear it now. Maybe if you were a better writer, you could work through it. Well, Carol, this is nothing compared to your banshee wails. If I can ignore your constant nagging, I can deal through this. Back to the book. I'll deal with the quarry morons later. Now, this is the final day, just as the bombs are falling. Ralph Something-Ski was the foreman's name. I'm writing it here for my formal complaint. Something Polish. Idiot yelled in my face and told me to get out of his. I hope the asshole falls into the quarry. I hope all of them do. Then maybe I could get some peace and quiet around here. I can't get it at home, that's for sure. Spent some time shooting cans off the picnic table, then started taking out of some of the crabs scurrying around the river. If I had a son, I could teach him how to shoot, just like Dad taught me. Instead, I got only daughters. Not good for anything, are you, Carol? Dear God, they're at it again. I can't stand this racket. So, The Silence Before the Storm is the book this guy was working on, Carol, of course, being his wife. Acknowledgement to my wife, Carol, and my darling daughters. You're the source of my inspiration. Chapter 1, Dead of Night. As the captain steered the ship, he... and nothing. Chapter 2 has nothing. And Chapter 3 also has nothing. So clearly, Charles here didn't get any work done. Now, after you deal with the Marlark King and the Marlark, you want to steer your way over here. Cooking station can be of some use. Beware the barnacles, you will get a heavy dose of radiation. And there's a little, monkey. Now, if you want to find the body of Charles, just head directly south towards the first pillars of the collapsed freeway. And just in the grass, you can find his remains, alongside a sniper rifle, his cabin key, and the last entry. So this was October 23, 2077. Might as well finish the journal, huh? Certainly couldn't finish the book, not with all this goddamn racket. Hammering all day and night, let's see how you all hammer with bullets in your head, huh? Rotten hell, you bastards. And you can join them, Carol. So, clearly this guy lost it. He probably sat up here, good vantage point, and was about to get the first shot off at someone And then, of course, the bombs fell. The shockwave probably wiped through him, and he probably died more or less instantly. On the map, he's located directly east of Quincy Quarries, which turns obviously into Vault 88 later on. Vault Tech were building the vault, and that's why this quarry was working all hours, so that feeds a bit of the story there. And Neponset is just south of University Point, or Neponset, as I first called it in one of my videos. The last thing I want to show you, and just as important, is some power armor that you can find nearby. Yes, I managed to get that word fitted into this episode. You want to sprint north past the red rocket charging station. You can actually find some caps dotted about there. And you'll see a military convoy submerged with the back of a truck. At the bottom, it has dropped its cargo. In this case, it's just a Mark V torso and a power arm frame. Removing the water will expose it, and you can see even there's some wild tarberry for the taking. You might get some more armor if you're lucky. But in my case, just a torso. Anyways, that's Neponset Park sorted. Hope you've enjoyed the Commonwealth Survival Guide. Thank you for watching.